Welcome to Manufacturing Tech Australia.
Hey Gil, and welcome to Australian Manufacturing Week. And can you please introduce yourself for everybody on the pod?
Okay, my name's Gil Harkness. I'm a manufacturing manager. I work for Queensland Government, Department of Natural Resources, Mines and Manufacturing, Regional and Rural Development, and I'm based on the Sunshine Coast.
Nice. That's a long acronym, that one. Yes. What are you pumped up about this week to be here?
Look, I love this. I'm a coach builder by trade, and I'm a manufacturing systems engineer by vocation. So these are my people, so I absolutely love coming to Manufacturing Week. As you know, it's been flip-flopping between Melbourne and Sydney for the last number of years, well, since its inception. We're super excited to have it in Queensland, in Brisbane for the first time. And I just love it. I love walking around looking at the new technologies that are there. I love talking to the people, understanding what their problems are, hearing what's going on. It's just the best fun.
Great. Yeah, it's very exciting this morning. It's the first day. Can you tell us a little bit about what Queensland Government is doing in the manufacturing sector? And we've got the map behind us showing us the full extent of all your hubs. So if you can just tell us a little bit about what Queensland, because the Queensland Government is doing quite a lot, right?
We are. We really do try to support our manufacturing organisations as best we possibly can. We've got a manufacturing strategy document which we drafted, which covers from 2025 to 2030, and that outlines the objectives and the goals that we have for the manufacturing sector across Queensland. That goes into quite a lot of detail, and you'll find that information on our website. But I guess some of the key things in there would be the manufacturing hubs. So they're now based at 8 locations, as you can see behind me.
Right.
And we have another team that are actually based in Bundaberg as well. They are regional folks, so they understand absolutely what's happening in those local areas. And their job really is, most importantly, is to go out and speak to local manufacturing organisations and then listen to what they're telling them. So we're not providing input or providing services that we're not directly being asked for. So we listen to what's broken. That helps us then shape the products and services that we put forward, and then we address that by delivering those. We're well connected within the ecosystem across the manufacturing sphere. Mm-hmm. So I guess the benefit of that is that if we know the answer, fantastic, but if we don't, chances are we're going to know someone that works within that manufacturing ecosystem that can help businesses.
So connecting those.
Yeah.
And are there any kind of sectors within manufacturing that are booming at the moment, that are doing well?
It's a bit of swings and roundabouts, really. I mean, on the Sunshine Coast, we've got, obviously there's a bit of medical going on there as well, but food and beverage is massive on the Sunshine Coast. You head further north and around Gladstone, Mackay, even Rocking to an extent. It's all very resource focused. You've got a lot of mining equipment manufacturers. Up as far as Cairns, then they've got some defence, also marine, also in Townsville. Gold Coast is Open Slather. They do pretty much everything. They've got a lot of transport equipment manufacturers there.
Great.
So it ebbs and flows a little bit, but everybody's pretty busy at the minute, I think, which is great.
That's good. Yeah. And what about the impact of the fuel crisis and the war? Do you see any onshoring happening?
Look, I know businesses are genuinely struggling. It's all of a sudden you've had to add 75 to 100% onto your fuel costs. That in itself is difficult. Obviously, we're in a big island tucked at the bottom of the world, so if we want to try to export, that's got all sorts of implications, let alone just local supply chains. So that is really difficult. The best thing businesses can do is to at least optimise their efficiencies in-house, control what you can control, but I understand the difficulties there. We've also got difficulties with, if you think about those raw materials or those manufacturing materials that are actually made from offputs from the petrochemical industry. So I know that our polymer and plastics industries are struggling as well because, again, that's a direct impact on it. So, look, it's not an easy situation, but I know businesses are doing the best that they possibly can.
Mm-hmm. And what are you excited and hopeful about for the future for Queensland and Australian manufacturing?
So it's funny, we talk about Industry 4.0 and 5.0 and 6.0. It becomes a little bit like, what model of iPhone are you running? But really, manufacturing improvements have been happening since the day somebody started to carve a wheel out of a stone wheel with a hammer and chisel. So it continues to develop, and I love that. I love that the technology moves, but I also love that we've also now got the whole AI mixes in there as well. We heard the lady from AMTL talking this morning about is AI coming for your job? Well, it is if you don't embrace it and don't figure out how you can actually use it. And I think that's going to be really interesting moving forward into what efficiency benefits can we actually get from the implementation of AI, as opposed to it being replaced, how can we use it? But I also love the fact that we need to be continuously developing our people and the skill sets and that learning and development piece, because without the people coming on board, the technologies never really can be developed to the best of ability. So the whole package, I think it's strong and encouraging.
Yes. One more. What about the Olympics? What opportunities do you see for Queensland and manufacturing? I know that chatting to the people at the manufacturing hubs, they really want a lot of the Olympics products and infrastructure to be made in Queensland. Can you tell us about opportunities for Queensland manufacturers around the Olympics?
Sure. So we've commissioned, they're just over here behind the camera, the Industry Capability Network. Right. So they are the supply chain partner that Queensland Government is using for procurement for the Olympics. I was talking to some of their representatives earlier. They are really starting to ramp up. There are packages starting to be released. But literally it goes from everything from the building, the infrastructure, the construction projects. But I mean, if you've got new stadia being built, there's the seats, there's as I said, uniforms, there's a million and one things that are going to have to be built for the Olympics. And clearly the intent is to try to have a carbon neutral games. So importing things cheaply from around the world is not what we're after. So let's see what Queensland manufacturing businesses can do to access that. So very excited about that.
Yes, great. Thank you so much for chatting with us and have a great week.
Very welcome. Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in to Manufacturing Tech Australia with Shane and Paul, recorded on the traditional lands of the Bunurong and Wurundjeri people. For more information, jump on the manufacturingtech.au website. Remember to hit the follow button to join us again next time as we continue to explore the intersection of manufacturing and technology.